G'day, Stu here from UAVfutures, and today, well, look, it's a bit of deja vu. Stu, we've already seen the Topsky goggles. What are you actually talking about? And, good sirs and lasses, this is it. We've got like a new version of the Topsky. So these ones are meant to improve some of the things we didn't like about these ones. So this is like the V1s, I guess I'm going to start to label them. You can go watch that review up there. Pretty much, I didn't like the reception, the screens were funny, the form factor was silly, and they didn't take a Fat Shark module. So, this is, we're going to be checking out, this is like the new version they've sent me, so we're going to be putting these on the bench. We're not going to be going through everything you get in the kit, because it's pretty much very similar to what you got with this. So if you want to know everything you get, go watch that review. But what we are going to be finding out, what differences, do they take a Fat Shark module, and actually, how do they perform in the field? Have they improved these? Are these a good buy? Are they going to be some good goggles to get now, after they've gone back to the drawing board and come back and had a look at some new FPV goggles? And look, and I've got to give a bit of a shout out to Topsky, because it takes a bit to, you know, take some of this criticism, go back to the drawing board and come out with something again, because I know that they would have been hurting from this, but it's good that means we've got just hopefully a better goggle, or that's what I'm hoping for anyway, and I guess that's what we're going to find out. So let's jump straight in, stick it on the bench, have a quick squiz at some of the differences, what we hope they change, and then we'll take it out and see, you know, does this make this a worthwhile goggle, or should we still give it a bit of a miss? Alright, let's get started. Alrighty, so here they are on the bench, and look, this is the V1, this is the, I don't even know if to call it the V2, but you know, this is the one that they've come back to the drawing board, and that's good because I want a company to take the feedback we gave them with the V1, and then what they, you know, to hopefully change some things in the V2, but definitely go and watch that V1 review to find out just what was wrong with it, because I'm not going to be going through everything, you know, like what you get in the box, all that sort of stuff. All I want to cover is the differences, and that's what it's all about. We want to know, is this a good goggle now? Have they changed enough, and how does it actually perform when you're flying around for some FPV action? Now, very quickly, some of the problems. The reception with this was absolutely terrible. We got some crazy DVR. It started to go funny. I didn't like the faceplate, and you got some strange shimmering in the lenses. So that part was all a little bit frustrating. And on top of that, the big selling point for these, it was meant to take a Fat Shark module. So if I open this up right here, we can have a bit of a look. You've got the same layout pins right here that you could use for your Fat Shark sort of modules, your diversity things and things like that. Now, let's see, is that any different in the V2? So we're going to open this up and have a bit of a squiz. It's still got this stupid annoying faceplate on the front, which, you know, to be honest, I don't even know what's going on. It is interesting to note they are different colors, so I'm not sure what's going on there. This is the new version. So let's open this up. This is your little module bay, and well, it looks pretty similar, but I will say it does look a little bit bigger, so we'll have to get a different module. Let's jump over to a Fat Shark module and see if they'll both fit. Okay, so let's take this old module out right here. So this is the old module. We'll put that to the side because we will talk about that in a little bit, but this, as you can see, it wouldn't actually fit. So this is like the real ACC, sort of like a LaForge clone. It was clipping right there, so that part's not going to go in. Is that going to fit in the V2? It still goes in backwards, which, look, is frustrating as well, because you're not going to be able to access that, but oh, it fits, but it's definitely not a very snug fit. You're not going to be using that case or anything like that, so I don't know how I feel about that. That's not a good sign. It is going to work, but can you put this on here? Nope. So that's going to be it for when we're doing some testing with this module. So look, it is just, and I mean just, fitting in there with this one. So look, they have opened it up a little bit, but that's a little bit scary. Now, even though they've made it a bit bigger, we will test it with some other modules. So we'll take it out to the field, put in like Trevor's Furious and stuff like that. We'll see if that fits in there. One other part I didn't like about the V1, the faceplate didn't seem to stick on very well, and it was held on by these stupid little Velcro tabs. That isn't on here, so that's pretty good. And probably my other biggest complaint about this one, you know, a lot of the times in the V1, the screen was really, really awful. It had this strange shimmering effect. So it's going to be interesting when we're actually in the field. You know, it did come with these little sort of lens covers. I've made sure to take those off, but we're in the field. What's it going to actually look like? Are we going to get any of that sort of shimmering, or I guess it was almost like a holograph or something like that you could see. And then of course the DVR on the V1s was terrible as well. It had this crazy blue line. I played it like half speed, so it's going to be interesting to see how does the DVR go on the V2. Anyway, what we should do, let's cut out to the field, because that's where the meat of this review is. Let's see how it actually goes flying around, and you know, have they improved the V2. So let's check it out in 3, 2, 1. Rightio, out here in the field, about to rip it around. We're going to try the Topsky V2s. I'll show you guys some DVR, then I'll talk about my impressions. We'll hand it over to Grumpy Trev crash test Cal and see what they think as well. We'll try out some different modules and see, has Topsky done enough or are they still a miss? All right, let's do it. Let's check out some DVR first. All right, now just before we do that, actually, this is my little brainwave idea. I thought, gee, that's pretty good. What we're gonna do, Cal's gonna fly around, so it'll be Cal's DVR, and then I'll be able to have the goggles on and talk, because, you know, like Trevor mentions, sometimes it is hard to talk and fly. I can't do it very well, so what we'll do, Cal will be flying around, but let's check out these modules. So this one's one of the Furious V2s. If I'm trying to put that in here, I don't know if you can see this, it doesn't really fit. So you're gonna have to still grind it out a little bit. So that part's a little bit annoying. So that one's not gonna fit. And then here we've got the, what is this one? This is just one of the real ACC clones, like the LaForge, the V1s. That one just fits. So look, it's not big enough. It still doesn't fit all the modules, but what we'll do, we'll fly it around and talk about how it goes with this bad boy and show you some of Cal's DVR flying. All right, let's do it. Stuart, this is some very strange DVR. It's probably weird for you guys. This is actually not synced up. This is just some random footage from the other day when we were also testing it out, because look, no matter what we did, we couldn't get the DVR to work. So the DVR in my version of the goggles was broken. So you guys don't get to see that. So I'm just going to say that's an absolute letdown. It's even worse than the, I guess, the original ones, because at least we had something in the original ones, but I couldn't get the V2's DVR to work whatsoever. And check out this footage in the background. This was like 2 weeks or a week earlier. It was so windy when we're trying to do this, you know, some of the review earlier as well. Anyway, let's cut back out to the more recent footage. We're in a different location and see how it is when we're flying it around. All right, get out, Trevor. We're scanning to the channel. It's going down, Carl. I'm sorry it's taken so long. All right,
breakfast is looking good,
Carl. Yeah. All right, now we're ready to rock and roll. Trevor's filming my t-shirt for some reason. And there we go.
I can see you in the back of this. You just leave the filming to me.
All right. Okay, for some reason it's black and white, Cal, so I don't know what's going on there. I've started the DVR, but let's take it away. I got to admit, the screens do look fairly big. It does have some good focus for me. Let's take it away. Yeah, I don't know why it's black and white. That part's annoying.
On the right channel?
Yeah, no, it's the right channel for sure. It's got to scan through the things. So I'm not getting too much breakup or anything like that, you know, not too much light leakage. You can notice the red part around the outside though, and I think, oh, Trev, it almost clipped a tree there. It feels weird being a spectator. But yeah, no, I think the image overall is very clear, and we've popped into color, so I don't know what's going on there. Oh, we're back to black and white. So I think maybe something's loose, or I'm not sure. They do feel, you know, somewhat comfortable on your face. I feel it on my nose a little bit more. They don't feel quite as comfortable as my on-ways. Cal's just doing a power loop and I'm waiting for him to eat the dirt. But, oh, and we're back to color. But I do feel it on my nose right here. So it's no on-ways or fat sharks, and I am feeling it. And they're not quite as light as the on-ways either. Now for me, I'm focused on the screen, so I don't notice the light leakage, but if you're someone who gets easily distracted, I guess, Trevor, I am noticing if you look around the outside, the red part does start to shine through after a while. Now I've no idea how the DVR is going to go, so that's going to be interesting. We'll check out the DVR when we get home. And most of the time anyway, look, the reception's been pretty good, but that's probably more, sorry about the wind, about the Furious, not the Furious, the LaForge module and that sort of stuff. Not really saying too much about the original Topsky model, because they didn't improve that bit very much at all. God, where are you, Trevor? There you are. I can't talk. It's even hard to spectate and talk. At least you can take the goggles off when you do that.
Use your hands and you can talk better.
Yeah, then I can talk more waving my hands around. Hey Cal, I'm going to hand him over to Trev. Have you got enough battery?
Yep.
All right, so what we'll do, bit of a hop swap. Let's hand these over to Trev and see what he thinks as well. All right, Trevor, and in the comments, let's see who's got some better filming. I don't want to face the sun. That's already -1 for me. Rightio, let's rock and roll.
Well, they're black and white.
Okay, you got black and white as well?
I've got to say, I do like the screen.
Yep.
That light leakage is a bit annoying.
Through the red plastic?
Yeah.
Are you getting, I didn't mention this, is it blurry or anything like that for you?
No, not really.
Yeah, mine was very clear as well, yep.
Yeah, it's just a bit annoying. Oh, I got colour.
Yep.
Now when you get colour, it's actually quite good.
Yeah, it looks really, I guess, pretty, for lack of a better word, when you got colour on there.
Yeah, Cal's a pilot, isn't he? But, oh, good on you, Cal.
He's crashed.
Just when it was getting interesting.
Are they comfy on your face?
Yeah, actually they are.
What happened, Cal?
I can't. Cal, how come I've got static? Very clear static.
So they're comfy on your face?
Look, they are comfortable. Actually, I haven't got the same issue as you. There's no pressure on my nose.
Yep. Okay, mine wasn't so much. I guess pressure might have been, feels like it was pressing down where like it was a little scratchy bits on where the foamy part meets your face. You don't have that issue?
No, look, I'm a lot more impressed with these than I was with the original ones.
Yep.
I do like the big screen, that is really nice, but giving the price tag on this, I still wouldn't buy these over the Always. Hello, I've got colour again. Oh, that's Kerry.
What are you looking at? Cal's face.
Yeah.
He's doing something. He's doing something very vulgar. I'm going to be cutting that bit of the DVR out
I don't
right
know
now.
Whether that's look, going in and out black and white to colour is really, really annoying. So I don't know if that's an issue with this.
And I would say concerning for quality control.
Yeah,
what's going on right there?
To me, that's really giving me the shit.
And also, Trev, we just found out these don't fit the Furious module. They haven't made them big enough to fit that in there.
Oh, well, that's pretty dumb. Look, having said that, the module that's in there is quite good.
Yep, all right, so that's the LaForge one.
I'm facing the sun. That light leakage is
okay.
They really need to, if they fix that...
Oh, no wonder. Look, mate, you've popped the top of the goggle off right here.
Just seeing that there, but hang on.
So there we go, that part's going to be annoying in the field.
Yeah, see, that shouldn't happen.
You're hitting something, Cal? Your prop's loose.
No, they need to fix
Do you need a hand to do that, old man?
That come off too easy.
Hey, well done, Trevor.
Still come off too easy.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so
these are the same price as Fat Sharks.
Yeah, so what would you say their performance is like? Give them a grumpy Trev rating out of 10.
Well, look, considering it's going in black and white and colour every now and then, look, I'll give them a 6.
Okay.
I really like the big screen, but that's about it. Value for money, also probably about a 6.
How much do they have to drop the price before you would recommend them?
Under 300.
Yeah, okay, well what's that?
Probably about 280 or something like that would be a reasonable
You'd buy
price.
these for 280?
No, because I've already got a set, but
okay.
If they were available, that'd get me into it. I just don't think they're worth the money. They still need to do a bit of work. They should have listened to people. They should have asked people before they made them.
And then maybe before they made them again, or maybe they didn't listen enough.
They're just not listening to the people out there. They look pretty. They've done a great job on that. Really, they do look
functionality's a bit lacking, I would say.
Yeah, where it's important, that's what's missing. So
all right,
certainly.
Oh, Cal's flying away to the moon. Yeah. All right, nice. Thanks, Trev. What we should do, let's hand it over to Crash Test Cal and see what he thinks. Do you want to fly with it, Cal?
Oh, I don't know if I'm...
Do you reckon, okay, here we come and hover. If we can swap your goggles out, we're going to have our first ever goggle swap. So you're going to be flying, we'll put new goggles on and then you keep flying.
Alright.
Trev's going to hold the camera because he can't even hold a pair of goggles.
I was going to put them on.
Yeah, I'll put them on him.
Well, this could be good.
All right.
Now, if you crash, it's Stu's fault.
So you're going to need a bit of height, mate. Okay, are you ready? You tell me when.
Now. 3,
2, 1. Have we done it?
No. Back to the old ones.
All right, well, that didn't work out very well. We had a bit of a crash, but now we're back. Okay, Cal's gonna give it a go. Do you want Trevor to fly around or you're happy to fly and talk?
I'll have a go at both.
All right, multitasking Crash Test Cal, the man of many talents.
Okay, having the band tight helps now.
Cal's flying the XJB. All right, how do they feel on your face before you take off?
Oh, they feel fine. They feel quite comfortable.
Yep.
Although they are pinching my nose a little bit, which is making me talk a little funny.
Have you got colour or black and white?
I've got black and white right now.
Yep.
Okay, just adjusting. That's a lot better now. Seems like a stretch picture to me.
Uh-huh.
So that means it's probably what, a 4x3 and now it's a stretch 16x9. So that's kind of bugging me a little bit. Obviously the black and white is an issue.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
And it feels like my eyes are both focusing independently on 2 different screens. So
do you have the DVR? Is the DVR flashing on yours?
Yeah, it says recording.
What about now? What's it doing now?
It's solid recording.
Okay.
It was flashing before.
All right, so maybe that might have saved it, who knows?
So definitely not as comfortable as I am with my Fat Sharks, whether that's just a matter of me being used to them, but look, these aren't as good as the Fat Sharks.
And what would you say that they haven't got the modules right? Doesn't fit all modules still?
Well, what's their excuse for that, really? That's mind-boggling. It's not that hard to work out.
Do you think they're going to be calling me up in the middle of the night?
Yeah, probably. with the V3 version.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, they've got more work to do, there's no doubt about that. I hope they get it right for the sake of their company, because you know, you can't be putting products like this into the market all the time and expect to survive, that's for sure.
And I think more competition is good for us consumers, us pilots. We want a lot of options to keep the prices down as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I'm surprised that Fat Shark aren't innovating more at the moment. But you know, if it takes some of these small players to get up there and to motivate Fat Shark, I guess that's what it takes.
Well, you still fly Fat Shark today, don't you?
I do, yeah. And still very happy with them.
All right, so I guess let's get Crash Test Cal's famous 4 words. How are you going to sum these up? Fast 4 words, famous 4 words. I haven't picked a name yet for that. But
look,
4 words to sum up these goggles.
Do not buy these. That's the first 4 words.
Do not buy these. Okay, yeah, that's 4. All right, no worries. What do you think their value is? Like, how much would you spend on them?
I wouldn't buy them.
Okay, so you wouldn't recommend them at all, no matter, even 50 bucks?
Well, yeah, maybe 50 bucks.
Okay, well that's the price. Where's the limit?
Yeah, what do you mean, Stu?
Like where someone's going to, hey, I'm going to buy a pair of these. Would you recommend these, Cal? They're only this much. And then when would you say, yeah, buy them for that?
Look, they've still got this problem with black and white going to black and white.
Yep,
colour
that's
flicking
annoying.
out. That is really annoying and distracting. So look, I wouldn't pay much more than about $80, $100 for these,
okay.
The way they stand.
No, Trev said 280. He thought for 280 you probably might say yes.
No, look, and I'm having problems. It's unusual for me to have problems focusing with these goggle style.
Yep.
Goggles, but I'm having a little bit of problem focusing. It just seems like one eye is slightly out of focus, and you could get used to it, but I wouldn't like to have to get used to it.
All right, well thanks, Cal. Do you want your goggles back?
Damn right.
All right. I'll take those, and then there's yours. That's a nice strap. Who gave you that?
Oh, some nice bloke. Stu gave me that, I'm very happy with
What is that strap? Show us your pretty floral strap. I'll put a link down below too to where you can get a whole bunch of these different Fat Shark straps. All right, nice. Thanks, Cal.
Woo! Alrighty, so there it is. There's my part 2. Well, not even a part 2 review. There's my second look, I guess. The second time looking at these Topsky FX7 or F7X, whatever it is anyway. The Topsky goggles, and overall, I've got to give a big shout out to Topsky because they did. Must have been a hard lesson to learn. This product came out, people said, no, this is rubbish. They took it back to the drawing board and they did address some of the things we didn't like. So number one, the big one, at least modules do fit, but it still needs to be bigger because not all of them are going to fit in there. So that's a bit of a shame. You know, that second module, I could only get the Fat Shark module in there. That Furious module, it was still too difficult to try and cram that into. So that part's a little bit of a shame. And I don't like the light leakage that you get, and it's very difficult to put that front part on. So look, I'm just not a big fan of that. I definitely think what they need to do is go back, cut your losses, totally redesign this whole front piece. So, you know, make it so your module fits in properly, make it so the faceplate is actually built in, because even though this part was an improvement as well, it's still a little bit flimsy. But in saying all that too, the screen was a lot better. I didn't get any of that crazy shimmering that I was getting the first time, so I don't know what they've done there. That seemed a little bit better. It still is a comfortable goggle on your face. Unfortunately, this time my DVR wasn't working, so I don't know what's going on there. And you know, I think for the price that they're asking, like the 350 bucks, I think it is. Go check the link down below anyway. But for that price, it's versing Onways, it's versing Fat Sharks. Those brands, they just do what this does, but better. Where I think this market is, if you know, it's not a terrible goggle. And if you can get this, I would say for like the 200 or the 250 mark, I think that's where the money is for these goggles. They're still good goggles. The reception was fine when I had that other, you know, the Fat Shark module in here. And you did have a big bright picture, which is important, you know. It was a very clear picture when you're flying around. But overall, I think, you know, for the price and the money, I'm going to have to say, unfortunately, still not a fan of these ones. They need to lower the price a significant bit more before I'd say it's, you know, it's a good buy. Anyway, what do you guys think? Drop your comments down below. Sorry, Topsky, it's probably not the review you were hoping for because I know you put a lot in. But I do have to say, you know, my hat's off to you guys because you did go back to the drawing board and you did fix some of those issues up. So hopefully maybe in the V3, we might get to the Topsky, the third revision, we can make it even better because that's what I want. I want you guys to keep working at it. I want more players in the FPV goggle market so it's cheaper for us consumers, us pilots out there. We want more options rather than just one company or one or two companies starting to dominate because that's going to be better for all us consumers. Anyway, subscribe for more FPV related content and as always, happy flying. Except for maybe Topsky, they might be a bit grumpy, sorry.
Alrighty, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel and check out these videos. And I'm also going to leave a little link here to my Patreon page because I've got some fantastic Patreon supporters and I like to give back to them as well. So if you want to join the UAVfutures family, there's things like bonus Velcro straps, little bundles of FPV goodies and things like that that also get sent out. Anyway, happy flying.